So now we get to Hunter. Oh boy, beasts are getting a big boost this expansion. Really exciting. So let's start off with their prime. It's a 3 mana 2/4. It's called Zixor, Apex Predator. It has Rush, which is really decent, 3 mana 2/4 Rush. It's a good card. Death Rattle, shuffle the prime into your deck, like every other prime. And let's look at the prime. It's an 8 cost 4/4 Rush. Okay. Battlecry, summon 3 copies of this minion. 3 copies. That means you get 4 of these. Pretty good, right? However, if you buff this big boy, all the copies get buffed, which makes this card kinda sick. It's a really good payoff for having all those buffed random beasts in your hand that Hunter is getting this expansion, so it's a really good payoff card. Really excited for this one. And the other legendary is Beastmaster Lirox. 8 cost 5/5. Battlecry, summon 3 beasts from your hand. I mean, on paper this seems really powerful, right? However, I'm not so sure about this. Like, this has combo written all over it, right? But you're gonna have to keep your good minions in hand until turn 8. So how are you gonna be able to control the board and stay alive until then? It's gonna require a lot of balancing. You're gonna need maybe a spell-based deck with very specific beasts in mind. I mean, Spell Hunter definitely has worked in the past, so we may be able to pull it off this expansion, but we're gonna have to do a lot of experimentation with this one and find out just how good it really is. But it has a lot of potential, and I like that. Is it gonna be better than the typical, mid-range hunter idea of just playing good beasts? Maybe, maybe not. But it's an interesting idea, for sure. Next up, we have Augmented Porcupine. 3 mana 2/4 beast. Death Rattle, deal this minion's attack damage randomly split among all enemies. Yes, it can go face, so it's a hunter card. You can buff it pretty easily with some spells Hunter gets in this set too. It's a pretty good arena card, pretty good standard cards. It's probably one of the more reliable beasts that Hunter is getting this expansion in order to make Beast Hunter a thing. Really like it. I think it's a solid 5-star card. It's a very, very good beast. Oh boy, 10 mana and a Grand Slam. Summon 4 3/5 Cleft Hoofs that attack random enemies. 10 mana, deal 12. How about that? A 10 mana Spelling Hunter. So that's a tough sell, but it's very, very powerful. So people are definitely going to experiment with this, and it may just be good enough. If you have enough defensive tools, or if you have enough board presence to get you to the late game, this can be your finisher for sure. It has a lot of potential. It's a really good card. You may pick this in Arena just because of the power level of the card. Really solid. I really like it. Next up, we have Moknathal Lion. 4 mana 5/2 beast with Rush. Battlecry, choose a friendly minion, gain a copy of its Death Rattle. Oh boy. This has a lot of potential. Very, very cool card. Like this with the Porcupine, it goes on curve. It's a 5 damage card that deals an extra 5. That's really powerful. I mean, this card has a lot of applications. You know, you have Savannah Highmane, you have a lot of good death rattles in Hunter, so definitely a good card. I see this being played. Maybe has a 1-off, maybe has a 2-off. In Arena, it's still a pretty good card, like 4 mana, 5/2 with maybe an upside. It's really good. It's a removal. Hunter could definitely use those. So, pretty solid card. Oh boy. Pack Tactics, 2 mana secret. So we get a new secret. When a friendly minion is attacked, summon a 3/3 copy. Wow, this card is powerful. This card is very, very good. I see this being run in Standard. I see this being run in Arena. Pretty much any Hunter deck that isn't all Face Hunter, because even Face Hunter, like, yeah, if you attack their, yeah, even Face Hunter may run this card actually. It's just that good. Nothing wrong with this card. It's incredibly powerful, very flexible. Your opponent's gonna have to think a lot more about attacking and trading, which has a Hunter, that's definitely what you want. You want to make your life a pain for your opponent, and this definitely helps you do that. So, awesome card. I'd say this is a 5-star card, for sure. Okay, Scrap Shot, on the other hand, 4 mana spell, deal 3 damage to anything, so it can go face. Give a random beast in your hand +3/+3. Oh. Remember how one of the better Hunter cards was 4 mana deal 3, summon a 3/3? Yeah, that 3/3 being on the board is really important, is really what made that card so good. Like, it could only hit minions, as far as I recall, but it was still a great tempo swing. This is more of a combo card that can help you remove something, remove some of the pressure from the board. But 4 mana, I think it's a big ask to include this. Like, if you need to buff one of your combo pieces as much as you can use this card, certainly. I don't know. I'm not too sold on it yet, but I may be wrong. Like, if the legendary works, if Beastmaster Lirox turned out to be good, this card can certainly help in that archetype, so we'll see. It's a pretty good concept. Now, this card, on the other hand, draw a beast, give it +3/+3. See, this card is pretty good because you guaranteed the buff on something, and you can choose, you can build your deck around it and have a really big turn 3 play. Be it with the legendary, be it with the porcupine, be it with a lot of beasts actually. This is really, really good. In Standard, in Arena, obviously you're gonna need a few beasts, but I mean, the odds are pretty high that you'll get them, and I mean, if you get this on a rush beast, like it's not like you skipped the turn 2 at all. You just made a really big minion and swung with it on turn 3. So, tempo kept. It's really good. Really like it, really powerful. Give me a sec. Next up, we have Imprisoned Felmaw. 2 mana, 5/4 demon. Dormant for 2 turns. When this awakens, attack a random enemy. So, now this one is a bit harder to see this thing play. Stats are pretty good, but I don't know. It's a demon, so it doesn't have a lot of synergy. Like dormant minions don't get to attack the turn they wake up, so this one does. I think it's probably the only one that can, apart from a neutral one that we're gonna look at next. So that's big. However, you don't get to control the attack. If you're up against a swarm type deck, this is pretty bad. And you gave up the board as Hunter on turn 2 to play this. So very risky. The payoff just doesn't seem worth it, in my opinion. There are just a lot of better cards for Hunter, I believe. However, in Arena, it could be a decent card. Like, if you get a 1-drop, this is a decent one. If you get the 1-mana 2/2, you can follow it up by this and not feel too bad, because you still have sufficient enough board present as is. And this can snowball pretty hard. So, as long as it doesn't go face, as long as it trades, because that's the thing, this can go face and leave you in a pretty vulnerable board position. But I mean, at turn 4, having a 5/4 is still something your opponent has to deal with, so you may just be fine with it. But for standard, I don't see this being run, sadly. Next up, we have Hellbore. 1-mana 2/1 beast. That rattle, give a random beast in your hand, +1/+1. I mean, you can't ask much more from a 1-drop, right? It's a pretty good card. It's pretty good, especially with the secret we just saw. You know, if your opponent attacks it, you get a 3/3 copy that's gonna buff another. It's gonna give another buff to the minions in your hand, so pretty good 1-drop. Pretty good both in standard and arena. You can't go wrong with this little dude, so awesome card. And that's Hunter. Wow. Hand buff Beast Hunter. Seems really fun. Can't wait to try it out. Hunter got some interesting tools for sure. I'm quite happy.